another first impressions get ready with me with the Dior Backstage eyeshadow palette, and this one is in the 003 Amber Neutrals. Now, I have been so back and forth with picking up this palette. I have tried a lot of things from Dior. I could safely say that they are my favorite luxury brands when it comes to high-end luxury makeup. I absolutely love their products. I've tried quite a few things from Dior. I've fallen in love with their foundations, with their concealers, with their blushes, their bronzers, their highlighters are absolutely stunning, and I also love their lipsticks as well. So I've only tried like one thing from each category except for their foundations and highlighters. I have a couple of highlighters from them, and I went through like 3 foundations from them, and I've loved every single one. So I, for some reason, was back and forth with picking this up, but I have loved everything that I've tried from the Dior Backstage line, and I have heard very good reviews about these eyeshadow palettes. So this is what the Warm Neutrals eyeshadow palette looks like, and it comes with 9 eyeshadows. It comes with 5 mattes and 3 shimmers, and then it comes with 1 cream base. So these are the 5 mattes and the 3 shimmers, and then there's a cream base here. I don't know if the cream base kind of devalues the palette a little bit for me, but for the price that you pay for this, it's not a bad value. I honestly think that this is the best value that you can get from a high-end luxury brand besides the Natasha Denona $65 palettes. You do get more eyeshadows in there, but this is a small eyeshadow palette. I'm not exactly sure how much product is in here, but we're just gonna jump into the look. We're not gonna like overanalyze this. I just really want to jump into the palette. I am squeezing in a couple of first impressions still before this year is over. It's literally the 29th of December, and I'm trying out this palette today, and then tomorrow I have another palette to try out, so to sneak into my ranking video of this year. But I don't think this one's going to make it quite into the rankings, but I am going to mention it in the video. But since I'm trying it so late, I don't know if it's going to make it in there. So anyway, let's just jump into the look. I don't know if this might be a shimmer color as well. It kind of looks like a light shimmery brown. Okay, so the first color we're going to go into is this really basic brown right here, and that one is called Ombre Sculpting Powder. Okay, so basically it's like telling you like how to apply the eyeshadows. Like some high-end brands like name their eyeshadows that way, like they say like brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight, like that's what they basically tell you to do, which is a nice thing to do for like beginners or for someone that doesn't really know like what shades to use. Then I totally understand. It makes it a little bit easier, but for me, I just use what I want to use. So I'm just going to take that shade and put it all in my crease, and that is performing really nice. But as far as Dior goes, I think that this is the best value that you're going to get from the brand as far as their eyeshadows go, because basically the other things they have to offer are like the like quints, which I would never try a quint from Dior because they're like $60. When you pay like $50 for this, and you get 9 eyeshadows as compared to 5. I also used my Sephora credit card rewards to pick up this palette and one other product that I'm going to be using in this video. And pretty much the palette ended up being like $10 for me by the time I used my rewards on it. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Let me not get eyeshadow all over my face. So being a Sephora credit card member is definitely having its perks when I get the rewards points. So that is nice. This is very silky smooth. That is really, really nice. Regardless if this one is a shimmer or not, I'm probably still going to use it. I'm not sure yet. I might just use the other darker matte shade. Yeah, so for the defining shade, I'm going to use this color right here, which is like this reddish warm tone brown, and I'm gonna use that to define my crease. And these are very silky smooth. I really like them so far. And I've never actually tried Dior's eyeshadows before, so this is a first impression for trying their eyeshadow formula as well. Like I said, I haven't picked up any of their eyeshadow palettes because this one has always been in like the back of my mind every time the Sephora VIB sale rolls around. And I always end up picking up a different eyeshadow palette because, you know, a lot of brands do like dropping eyeshadow palettes when the Sephora sale rolls around because they know that they're going to make money if they drop it when a Sephora sale is going on. Like, most people still just shop at Sephora rather than shopping on the brand's website because you don't always get free shipping from the website. And also for me, I want to shop at Sephora to get my Sephora credit card rewards points. So that's why I shop at Sephora to get mostly everything, because then I can use those rewards points to get luxury products like this for like a significant discount. So it's worth it for me. It might not be worth it for everyone, but also if you're not VIB Rouge, you don't get 20% off. But they ended up extending the 20% off this year for everyone, not just VIB Rouge. They gave 20% off to everyone for like a good week. And I was like, okay, they better up our discount the next sale, like to 25% maybe, because I don't know, that just irked me a little bit. I was like, you know, I do spend the most money here and you're only giving me 20% off when pretty much everyone can get it now. Not saying that everyone shouldn't get it, but like we should get more of a discount then. So for my outer corners, I'm going to use like this darker, deep color. And this one is called just Matte Smoky Brown. The other one was called Matte Brick. And I'm just going to take that on my outer corners. I'm not feeling like the greatest today, and I didn't feel that great yesterday or the day before. I don't know. I think it's because of the coffee I had this morning. I tried like this peppermint coffee that I got from work. Like someone brought in like these canned coffees, like cold brew. So I tried it and it was good, but I might have just had too much. I'm not really sure, but it's fine. I'll be okay. I'm just going to put it on this side too. And again, that's blending really, really nice. These mattes are really silky smooth and easy to blend. But I kept on mentioning this palette to Debbie and to Mary, and they both told me you should try it because, you know, they're always going to tell me to try something. But Debbie was like, try the Dior one. I forgot what I was back and forth about, but I think I ended up picking up the Melt Mary Jane palette. I can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it was that one because that's the one I picked up in April, so. And then I picked up the Retro palette from Natasha Denona this past VIB sale. So I'm just going to prime my eyes, my lids with glitter primer, and then we will get into the shimmer. Okay, and then for the lid shade, I'm going to go into the center shade right here, and that one is called Red Copper. And it's a really pretty, like, red copper shade. Look at that. That's so pretty. And I'm going to put that all over my lid. I didn't think, I wasn't sure, like, how red this was going to be. It's kind of like an orangey red, so that's really pretty. I like that a lot. The only thing about this palette is that I feel like I'm going to ruin the embossment of the D's. And that's, like, a little bit annoying to me because that's what makes this palette, like, fun and special to me is the embossment, but it's okay. It's still a really good formula, so not the end of the world. Just taking a little bit to get tacky, but it's okay. I also have a big group collab going up on the day that I'm filming this video. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get this video up. I'm hoping to get it up right after New Year's. I know that's a bit late, but as long as I try the eyeshadow palette in 2021, I can still include it in my ranking. And I'm also going to try and get it up before I start ranking my eyeshadow palettes. I already filmed part 1 of my ranking. I didn't film part 2 yet because I wanted to try this palette first. But I've been working on my ranking like for months at this point, and I made a list like, I started a list a while back, so I've just been slowly integrating the palettes that I've been trying and which ones I've been the most impressed by, and just putting them into the list and where I think that they should fit into. So yeah, that is super pretty. Okay, so once we have that on, I'm kind of thinking about trying the cream base for my brow bone highlight. I don't know how that's gonna go, but let's try it. Why not? I don't really love like these concealery type shades that they put in palettes. It's not really my vibe. I wish that this was just a matte white shade, but that's fine. I just feel like they don't last the longest, but it is really pretty and you can't even really feel anything. So I do like that. I just don't know if it's adding anything, but it's fine. Did that do anything? Because I don't know. Whatever. Alright, so now I'm just going to prime my face and then we'll do my base. Okay, so I went ahead and primed my face with my MAC Fix Plus Cucumber Spray, and then I just used my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. I really have been enjoying this the past couple of days. I've just been using that a little bit more, and it's just so nice on the skin. And then for my foundation, I actually picked up a new foundation from Sephora, and this is the only other product that I got with my rewards points. I just wanted to try a new foundation. I'm kind of getting really bored with my foundations lately, and I haven't really picked up too many foundations this year because we're still wearing masks, but I've been interested in this foundation for a long time, so I finally just decided to pick it up. And this is the YSL All Hours foundation, and this is in the shade B10 Porcelain. So we're just gonna go ahead and apply that. You really don't need too much of this. It pretty much covers your whole face. I actually tried it for the first time yesterday, so this isn't like exactly a full first impressions of it, but this is the first time I'm using it on camera. And the only thing is that it has a very strong perfumey scent, which I don't really love. I don't know why, it's already making me cough a little bit. I don't know why high-end foundations have to be so heavily fragranced, but because they're so always usually really good formula-wise, because I actually really like how easy this is to blend out. And honestly, this is probably the lightest weight matte foundation I've ever tried, because I'm not really a matte wearer of foundation. As you guys know, I really like dewy foundations, but I've heard that this wasn't too matte of a finish, so I've been always curious to try it, and it really applies like silky smooth, like almost like, it kind of reminds me of like the Power Fabric foundation from Giorgio Armani. It has a very similar like velvety finish to it, and it's so beautiful on the skin. So far, I really love it. I mean, this is the second time I'm wearing it, but I think it's beautiful on the skin. So, and the fragrance doesn't last all day. Like, it kind of dissipates after you've been wearing it for a little while. But I can smell it when I have the mask on, but like, it's not like overly unbearable. It actually smells like really good when I'm wearing it. So it's just like when I first put it on before I blend it out, it's a little bit much. I do notice that this shade is a little bit yellow, but it's okay. It's not like anything that really affects like the color too much. And then for the concealer, I have to hurry up already because of course I'm already running out of time. I'm just going to use my Lancome again. I really liked how this looked yesterday with it, so I'm just going to use it again today. And this is pretty much my go-to concealer if I'm in a rush, because it just takes like no time to blend out and it's so beautiful on the skin. I can't stand the dang applicator. It's annoying. Like, I don't know why they made the applicator bigger than the actual like tube, because it's so hard to get out of the tube. But it's fine. I'm just gonna finish blending it out off camera. So I just concealed with the Lancome underneath my eyes, and then I just used my Pat McGrath powder to set my under eyes, and then I used my Dior Backstage powder to set my face. I wanted to use quite a few Dior products in this video. I'm just gonna go in with my ColourPop brown liner on my waterline because I don't really have too much time to smudge anything, because of course I'm running out of time as per usual. I really hate when I run out of time. Like, and this is the shade Sunnyvale. Sometimes the ColourPop liners like are a bit much on my waterline. And then for the inner corners, I'm just going to go back into the Dior palette, obviously, and I'm going to take this really light ivory shade. And I'm just going to put that on the inner corners. I'm just going to move this. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm just going to take that and put it right here. It's like a light champagne shade. It's really pretty. Ooh, yeah, I really like this palette. It's really pretty. You guys know I love warm neutrals, so obviously I had to pick up this one. Also, this was the last one that they had of this one in my store. And what's funny is that the last time I looked for this and was thinking about picking it up, it was the last one too. So somehow no one had picked it up since then. So it was still there. So I was like, okay, it's the last one. And it's also sold out online. So I was like, okay, so it's sold out online in the US in Sephora's online website. So I was like, okay, I just need to pick it up then because I'm probably not going to see it again for a while. So I'm just going to do my mascara off camera and then we'll finish up the face. Okay, and then for everything else I'm going to be putting on is all going to be Dior products because, like I said, I really want to showcase some of their products in this video. So for my bronzer, I'm going to be using the Dior bronzer in the shade Tan Bronze. So we're just going to go ahead and apply that. This is a really pretty, like, easy bronzer to use every day. It's a little bit stiffer, but I really like how it picks up, and I like the tone of this. It's a very neutral tone with kind of like a cooler base undertone, but at the same time, it's kind of like warm. It's just such a pretty neutral tone for an everyday bronzer. It's just so pretty. I love it, and it's just so easy to apply and use. And then for my blush, I'm going to go in with my Dior Backstage blush in the shade 004 Coral. This is kind of a very warm tone blush for this, but it's the only Dior blush I own, and it's really, really pretty. It actually applies a lot more subtly than it looks in the pan, and I really like it. It's super pretty. See, it's like a lot more neutral based rather than being like super duper wham bam pigment. It's actually very buildable. It's very pretty. I don't know if this has a scent to it, but I know that the bronzer and the highlight both do. I don't think this one does, actually, and neither does the eyeshadow palette, thank God, because I don't really want scented eyeshadows. I think that they know that's not, like, a great idea. I mean, Too Faced does it, but it's usually, like, with pretty natural ingredients. And then for my highlighter, I'm going to go into the Dior Nude Glow highlighter. And I absolutely love this highlighter as well. I think Dior makes amazing highlighters. They're one of my favorite highlighting brands. They just make their highlighters are just so stunning on the skin. I don't know what it is, and they pick up so easily, and they're just beautiful. I'm probably putting on way too much because I can't see anything. That's The Life of Caitlin. Oh, it's so pretty. It's gorgeous. But this is definitely highly fragranced as well, so if you don't love that, I would say to pick up any of the Dior Backstage highlighting palettes, and that's also a great value as well because you get 4 highlighters for like I think the same price as the eyeshadow palette, which is like $50, but they're so beautiful and they're unscented. This highlighter alone I think is like $40, but again, I picked up both of these, the bronzer and the highlighter, with rewards points from my credit card rewards from Sephora, so they didn't cost me too much money, so that was great. Okay, and then I'm just going to set my face, and then we're just going to do my lips. We'll do my brows off camera, but for my lipstick, we're going to use my Dior lipstick in the shade Dior Rouge lipstick in the shade 314. I believe this is one of the matte finishes. I was intrigued to try this lipstick finally this year because I've heard it's like the best lipstick formula ever. It is really, really beautiful. It's not my all-time favorite formula, but it's pretty close. It's very similar to like Charlotte Tilbury's formula. It's very silky smooth on the lips. I'm just going straight in with the lipstick, no lip liner. And again, it does have a slight scent to it, so if you're not like too into that, but I actually really like the scent of this. It's not too overwhelming. But very creamy, very easy to apply, pigmented, really nice formula. I'm just going to finish it up off camera. Okay, you guys, so here is the finished look. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I love you guys. I'm going to say all my final thoughts later, but I think you guys know that I loved everything. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. Bye. Okay, guys, so I know I recorded an outro already, but I just wanted to say my final thoughts about this palette. I really, really like it. Honestly, it lasted pretty well on my eyes as well. It's been a decent amount of time since I put my makeup on. It's been like 7 hours or so, and I really like how these performed. They were very silky smooth mattes, And I think the shimmers were very pretty as well. I mean, I think that this performed really nicely and definitely worth the money for me, honestly. And then, of course, everything else that I use is really nice. I actually really love how this foundation still looks on my skin right now. It's a bit glowy in my T-zone right now, but it looks really pretty on my skin still. Not like the best foundation on my skin right now, but it still looks pretty on camera and in person, just a little bit here. But again, that's probably just because of the mask, so because it will wear off eventually because of that. So yeah, that's it, you guys, and I already did an outro, so yeah, bye.